Okay, you guys, so here we are with step 2 of establishing and cultivating and growing and loving on your businesses. Step 2 is the party. And as we know, there are 4 steps. We talked about ask and the reach out and why it's important to get those parties scheduled. And now today we're going to talk about step 2. We're going to talk about the party. What does that look like? What does that entail? What the heck are you doing in your parties? And oh, by the way, the meat and the potatoes of the party world here is really through Facebook and using a group, a private group that you've set up to really kind of run and have fun with your party. But please know, I'm talking anytime you can get in front of people, whether that's Instagram, you can totally do Instagram parties, email parties, text message parties, for crying out loud, a real live party with people gathered together safely. My very first Zaya party was an in-home party. That's certainly doable. I know there are people that do pop-up events, whether it's through a gym or a craft fair or like a church bazaar or something. Anytime you can share your products with people, you're really having a party. And so what it boils down to is put a party on it. This is really where you're going to see your business grow. If you get to a point and you feel like your business is slow, you don't know what to do, you kind of don't know which direction to go, maybe you haven't had much activity, put a party on it. Get those parties scheduled. Reach out, ask people to host parties and have parties, because that's really going to spunk up your business. That's really where almost all of your sales are going to come from your parties. Yes, you get an occasional sale through your VIP group, and that's awesome and that's fun and that's so exciting, but that's not really going to be the norm. It's really going to come through the parties. That's where you're going to get your sales. That's where you're going to find your reps, because you're going to ask every party hostess to join your team and just give them the opportunity to have a business for themselves. And we're going to talk about that down in step 4 a little bit. But you're going to find other party hosts through your current parties, because as people place orders, you're going to follow up with each of them and give them an opportunity to host their own party. We're going to talk about that in the next video with step 3, where we follow up on our steps. But let's talk real quick about a party. And from this point on, I'm just going to really probably keep referencing Facebook parties, although the concepts apply to all of the things that I mentioned, just because it's really most of our parties are through Facebook. So you've got yourself a party scheduled, and I'm going to say, as you're asking and you're scheduling, get a separate calendar, write it out, know that this is committed to Zaya and your business, and get that calendar filled up. I love seeing a filled up calendar of front end, back end of weeks all the way down the calendar. And there is an outside app, a website called Post My Party that your upline can fill you in more with, but it is amazing. I am not saying you have to do it, but it is definitely a game changer. It is $10 a month, and it is a program that you can set up a template to run and post all of your party posts in the Facebook group through Post My Party, and it saves tons of time. So talk to your upline about Post My Party, but that's definitely something I would strongly encourage you to at least check out and consider, because it really truly does help make your parties go very smoothly and easily and truthfully. With that, if you've got one party a month, one party a week, what's the difference in one party and 2 parties a week? Because Post My Party is scheduling it for you. Well, if you can do 8 parties a month, why not 10? So it really helps you just to kind of move up your calendar a little bit and fill that up with these parties. So in your Facebook parties, you guys, I really want to challenge and encourage you to go live. Get in front of your people. So much of what we do is about building relationships, because remember yesterday I told you, you are your business. People will connect and associate with you. You essentially become Zaya to them. And so we're building that relationship, making that connection, and getting live in front of people is such a good way to do it, because you come to life. They can see you, they can get to know you, they can sense your personality, they can see the clothes come to life. So truly, in every party that you do, I'm a huge proponent of going live. And whether you're going live just to say, hey, I'm here, let's talk about some of these different pieces, or just, popping on to get a sense of, where everybody's at in the group, do it. It's awkward at first, and then you'll get over it and it'll be totally fine. But So you're spotlighting in your party these different products and lines and things like that, and you're kind of monitoring the discussion a little bit. Make sure your notifications as the rep are on in each party group. So if somebody posts a question organically in the party, you can get notified of it and you can answer it. So you're really monitoring all of that stuff, you guys. And as somebody makes a purchase in the party, I want you to find some good pictures of those products. I use the marketing Facebook page. If you haven't yet found it, ask your upline. And I go and I search for the yellow subtle stripe tee, and I find a real fun, cute picture of somebody in it, take a screenshot of it, crop those corners down, and I'm gonna post that in a thank you in my group to say, hey, thank you so much, Lynn, for your order and our party. We're gonna celebrate this. I love this subtle stripe tee that you selected. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna post that publicly because I feel like it's so good for everybody else in the party to see what others are getting and to know that it's okay. Sometimes I think people are a little gun shy to place their orders until they've seen that other people are doing the same. So totally, put that thank you into your party group. And then what I do immediately, as soon as I post it, I click on the person's name, the person that ordered it, because I want to send them a friend request. Because when I send them a friend request and they accept it, I can send them another message, a private individual message that says, thank you so much for your order in Susie's party. I hope you love that yellow subtle stripe tee. It is such a fun top. Hey, if you're willing, would you host your own party? It is a great way to get free and half price items, and it truly doesn't require much of you. I would love to have you as a hostess. Can I send you a couple of dates that I have open? Thank you so much. Can't wait to hear from you. Just send them a real quick blurb. I like to thank them specifically for the items so I remember what they got, and I also like to specifically put in the hostess's name so I remember where they came from. So it's really just kind of a little trick that I like to help me remember things, but I also then like to throw out that nugget and plant that seed again of them having their own party. So we're going to talk about what more that follow-up looks like as we go to follow up on their order, but I feel like that individual thank you is just as important, if not more, as a thank you there in the party group itself. So whatever you do, you guys, schedule those parties, keep them fun, keep them hopping, and step number 2 is put a party on it and have a good time.